Hey guys, welcome back to From Couples for Couples. My name is Destiny and I'm here with my amazing co-host, my husband.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to episode 2. Today's topic is going to be how family members can ruin your marriage.
And how can family... Well, okay, disclaimer. Because I know a lot of people are going to be like saying like, oh, how can family ruin your marriage? And okay, like no one can ruin your marriage but you or your spouse.
Right.
So that's the disclaimer. The reason why we titled this "How Family Can Ruin Your Marriage" is because there's a lot of indiscretions within family members, in-laws that cause rifts within your marriage.
Right.
So that's why we named this episode like that.
Right. Okay.
So firstly, I just want to get into the nitty-gritty of families and the issues that go on within the families and in-laws and all that type of stuff.
Right. What's up?
The problem, which is the main problem, is that I see on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. The problem is I feel like parents, and when I say parents, I feel like parents view their kids as a child, no matter what age they are.
Yeah.
And I view that as a problem.
Right.
Because if your child isn't a child, then they should be viewed as an adult. But I feel like majority of parents view their child as a child, regardless of what age they are, regardless if they have kids of their own, if they're married. So when they view them as a child, it's no respect. When you're viewing your child as a child, there's no respect within their marriage. There's no respect there because they don't care. They feel like they should be the number one person in your life because you're their parent.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like parents, they, like you said, they feel like you should be the number one. They should be the number one in your life because they raised you and stuff like that. But as a parent, you should be able to feel comfortable to let go when your child, goes on and gets married and stuff like that, and be able to,
But the reason they're not letting go is because they feel like them having sex and having a child and raising them and buying them stuff when they couldn't afford it for themselves, it's like you have a debt with them now. You have to pay them back.
Yeah.
You have to everything. Now that you're an adult and you can do things on your own and you have your own money to yourself now. You don't need your parents anymore.
Right.
They feel like now it's a debt to them, from them, to basically say, now this is like a receipt that you have to pay back.
Right.
So how dare you go and you live your life without me?
Right.
Because you have a debt to pay.
Right.
Because of the things that I've done for you. The things that this is a good one they always say. The things that I've sacrificed for you. Or
right.
the things.
All the things that I did for you.
Right.
All the things I've done for you.
Right. Or they say what would they say? Dang, they would be like, dang.
What?
They'd be like, I'll do anything for my I did anything for my kids. You were supposed to do anything for your kids. You were supposed to sacrifice for your kids.
Right.
You were supposed to lay down your life for your kids.
Yeah.
That's what it says in the Bible.
Right.
That's exactly what it said. So you're bragging or you're telling me, trying to manipulate me and make me feel bad for the things that you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And how that can be affected in your marriage is because you're now put in a position where you're saying, hey, do I pick my mom? Do I pick my spouse? Do I pick my father? Do I pick my spouse? Do I pick whoever your guardian is?
Yeah.
Because it's not always mothers and fathers, your grandmother, whoever. You're now put in a position to say, dang, now I'm stuck in the middle between trying to satisfy my guardian or my parent or my spouse.
Right. And that's where, it goes wrong, You're stuck in the middle between who should I sacrifice? And then it's like, dang, if I pick my husband, my guardian gonna be, upset. It's gonna be a breach in our relationship. If I pick my,
spouse,
my spouse.
Yeah.
No, if I pick my guardian.
You said that already. You your spouse, babe.
No, I said if I pick my husband, then it's gonna be a breach in the relationship with my
No, you didn't. You said if you.
Okay. Anyways, if I pick my guardian, then it's gonna be a breach in my relationship. So it's like, dang, who should I choose? And that's where all the problems start happening. Either with whoever you choose, you know. But what you should choose is the husband. You're supposed to branch out from your parents and you know, be able to go on with your husband or your wife and start your own family and live your own life and do your own things without.
No, but how dare you? How dare you go? And that's, speaking of that, that's another problem. Parents feel like, how dare you do those things? But my thing is like, that's the reason why you have a kid.
Right.
We have to stop portraying or like putting in our heads that you having a kid, you own that child. No, you have a kid, you raise the child up in God's way, and then you branch them off. People have to understand that. You are a vessel. The mother and father, the mother is a vessel that has carried this child. And remember, children come from God.
Right.
That child was then, from sexual intercourse, was then placed in that mother's stomach from the Lord. You are now a vessel for this person to raise them up in the manner that I want you to raise them in. And then you push them out into the world and hope that everything that you have instilled into this child will then therefore be shown by this person's, he or she's actions.
Yeah.
So we have to stop saying like, that's my kid. You don't own this child.
Right.
This is I don't understand this rationale. Thank you. It's God's child. So I don't understand this whole thing with these parents saying, that's my child, he gonna do what I say, and if he don't do no.
Right.
Everything that you have, from the time he's a child to the time he leaves the house, everything that you've instilled in this child should be God's way and God's manner. If it's not, then that's your doing.
Right.
If you don't feel like this child is going to be well off on his own and being instructed by the Lord, that was your duty. It was your job to instill into this child God's rules.
Right. God is the way. God is, you know, the way to go. And, you know, everything flows through God. The way we walk, the way we talk, you know, all those type of things. It's through God. So it's like, you should be able to, you know, teach your children that. And stuff like that, so. But yeah, so that's a problem with that. What was that, like, in-laws? So we haven't got on the in-laws yet, right?
No, I'm just saying, like parents just feel like, oh, like, I've raised you, I've done these things for you, and for you to go off and live your life like.
Yeah, it's like hard for them to just let go of like the child.
Yeah.
So it's like they wanna, you know, be attached with the child so long, so like they're 60 or something, you know.
But I feel like the issue with that is, I feel like sometimes parents live through their children.
Right.
So they stop prior to their kids. You know, they had a life of their own because they're not looking after anybody else.
Right.
So prior to their kids, their life was lived within themselves. But then when you have kids, I feel like a lot of parents live through the children. Yeah. And then when the child is then therefore want to make decisions on their own and go out and live their own life, it's a problem because why aren't you living through me? Why aren't you doing what I'm saying?
Doing the things I told you to do.
Because, but in reality, it's not the child's fault.
Right.
It's just the parent. They don't have a life of their own. Their life is their kids.
Right.
So they feel like I have an attachment to my child because this is my reality. This is my life. Yeah. This child is my life. I move, breathe, and live my life through this person. Right. So how dare them go out and go now then therefore be attached to another person, which is their spouse, when they only should be attached to me.
Right.
And what is that? Narcissism. Yeah. That's a narcissistic person. I just expressed narcissistic characteristics. So, what you think?
Yeah, that's narcissistic. It's like one of the big, you know, topics of, you know, parents who like don't know how to let go of their children. So, what do they turn into? Like a narcissist? They manipulate them, and, you know, gaslight them, telling them everything, like how much I did, all the things I did for you. So when they start to change and like, you know, not change, but like, you know, like how you say it, like
show independence.
They get to, you know, trying to manipulate them, saying you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you should be doing what I told you to do, and then it's like, no, I'm my own person,
right?
So
right.
I'm gonna do what I want to do,
right?
And I'm gonna go out and spread my wings and do the career I want to do, choose the spouse I want to have,
right?
You know? And
choose the life I want to do, the job I want to have,
everything,
the way I breathe, like, jeez,
right. And that's what's wrong with these parents today. Well, I ain't gonna say today, but
it's not even these parents today.
It's the
older
generation parents. It's not, they just.
I feel like this generation is different. It's changing.
Yeah.
It's changing.
They're letting their kids do what they want, you know.
And I don't want people to take what you just said right there,
right,
and run with it, do what they want. It's not about them doing what they want.
Letting them
allow to make their own decisions. Right.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like, just their career path. If they want to, hey, drop out of school and let me start my own business.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But not saying that's cool. That's good and all, but
I mean, I don't know, because I can hear people in the back of that generation. Because I literally just watched a clip today, and this person was like, honor your parents and all this type of stuff. But she was basically saying, like, a lot of people take that phrase that's in the Bible and they flip it. They flip it to mean, do what I tell you to do, no matter what. I don't care what it is.
Right.
People have to understand, parents can be wrong. We all are wrong. We're all sinning daily. Our flesh is sinful, so we're all wrong.
Yeah.
They think when God said in the Bible to honor your parents,
that goes for every aspect.
Every aspect of your life, what you eat, what you drink, how you move, where you go to, who you date.
Right.
No.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. They equate honoring with controlling.
Control, yeah.
There's a boundary within honoring and control. Honoring, okay, I can respect you.
Yeah.
Controlling, absolutely not. You're not going to control my life.
Right. You're not going to tell me where to go, when to go.
How to do it.
Right.
Or when to do this, when to date, when to marry, when to...
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That becomes in a controlling aspect, because it's like, dang, I can't make no decision on my own.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people question why a lot of adults or kids today don't know how to make decisions on their own. They never got the opportunity to.
Yeah.
When were they given the opportunity?
Right. You held their hand the whole way. It's like, no.
How are they going to make decisions for themselves if another person was steady making the decisions for them?
Walking them down the sideline.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta let the child just go out and learn.
Right.
From mistakes.
Right.
On achievements, all type of stuff. Allow them to just do what they want.
But it's always I don't want you to do what I did.
Right, yeah.
That's the biggest phrase that parents tell.
I want you to be better than me.
Right. Bye.
I want you to have a better life than I did. It's like...
what God had in store for your life is not what God has in store for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, can we stop saying that? I feel like that is so... okay, to a certain extent. Okay, sure, if you were on drugs or something, like, sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, to that extent. But as far as in, like, I want you to have a better life than me. I don't want you to do what I did. How is they gonna learn? Go out there, go bump, fall down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want you to struggle like I did.
But they are gonna struggle.
You're gonna struggle.
It's life.
It's life. You gotta let me struggle. You gotta let me go through the hard times alone. When I'm down bad on my own. When I don't got nothing. When I'm, can't afford some things. Let me learn.
Right.
Let me go out and hustle. Let me go get it real quick. It's like, you can't just hold their hand the whole time and just...
But then I feel like parents who do that, who do hold their hands, who do speed them, they're questioning as to why their child can't detach from them.
Right.
They're questioning as to why their children aren't going out and doing these big things and aren't going out and leaving the house or just having a career for them, having a life of their own, going to get married. Okay, so hold on, let's retract what we just said. First, the parent wants to control the child, right? They want to control. They want to make decisions for the child. But then they get older. They don't know how to make decisions for themselves. They don't have a career. They're under your wing as a grown person.
Yeah.
And you're questioning them. Why are you questioning them? That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to control. You wanted to manipulate. You wanted to do these things. And you reap what you sow. You got what you've produced.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So don't question it.
Yep. And then it's just like, they just, parents in that generation just don't understand how, you know, to just, like stop controlling, like, you know, they want to just, they just want to control everything. They want you to do what they say, every second, every minute. They don't want you to do anything else besides that. They just want you to, go here, go there. Stop what you're doing. Go do this.
But if you don't do that, you're disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
And I feel like this is how that lifestyle of growing up can reflect on your marriage.
Right.
Because then that same person who's been controlled, manipulated, is then now getting married. They still in their mind feel, I need to satisfy my parents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When my mama called, my daddy called. Answer the phone.
Eager, rushing.
No.
No.
Hold on, mama. Hold on, daddy.
Right. But no, they should know that.
Right.
She has a new family. He has a new family.
Right.
I can't. It's not the same.
Right.
You gonna answer the phone? You got two kids crying. One kid needed a bath. Your husband trying to call you. Like how?
Right.
How? It's impossible.
Right.
I can only do one thing at a time.
Yep.
You kids calling. I'm trying to call you. They yelling. How? It's impossible.
Yeah.
You're one person.
Yeah.
You're one. You can't. But if you don't, it's disrespectful.
Right. Or you don't love me no more.
Right. You changed.
You changed. You don't want to come around me. Like, no. I'm trying to start my own family here.
Right.
I'm trying to,
I'm trying to live out the things that you told me to do.
Right.
Why is that a problem that I'm living it out now?
Right. What God has told me to do. What God wants.
Right.
To, reproduce. So it's like,
I don't know. I just think parents in their mind know that day will come, but then when the day comes,
they don't
want to believe
they're not prepared.
it.
They don't want to believe it. They're shocked like that. Ooh,
wow,
my child, my baby, they're moving on. Ooh, they growing up. They getting out the house. They leaving me. Like,
but then the whole time you was in the house, dang, when you leaving?
Right.
Don't contradict yourself.
Right.
Don't contradict yourself. I'm gone.
Yep.
Don't contradict yourself.
Yep.
Because you was saying, dang, when all y'all gonna leave? Or I'm waiting for y'all to leave.
Yep.
Or, I know when you gonna leave. And now I didn't left. Now you didn't left.
Right.
Now they shocked. Now
Right.
now they
Want you back.
right.
When you come in to see me, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So I just feel like a lot of the times, like not even a lot of the time, like even on TikTok, like when you scroll on TikTok and you say you see like so many, like this is like a reoccurring thing.
Right.
It doesn't even matter the age of the
Nope.
person that's getting married, like
30,
20,
40.
30, 40. I mean, everyone's literally talking about the same
Same
thing.
Narcissistic
Parents that can't let go of their children who are adults who are married.
Right.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yep.
It's insane. And I feel like if you don't have a strong foundation within your marriage,
Yeah.
your marriage can suffer.
Yeah.
Your marriage can suffer because if you trying to satisfy your daddy or your mama,
Right.
trying to satisfy your spouse gonna be like, dang, I thought you was my
Main priority.
right.
I thought.
Then go ahead.
I was like, I thought you were supposed to be doing this with me. Why you over there? Why you doing this with your mama? Why you doing this with your daddy? Like, no. Can we spend time together? Why
Right.
you always with your parents?
Right.
Like,
Then your parents gonna think, dang.
Why you always with your husband?
Right.
Why you always with your
what
wife?
type of sentence is that though? That doesn't even make sense.
Why wouldn't I be, right?
I don't know.
And it's just like, you know, what else would I say? Like, when you do get married, it's like hell on water. It's like,
What you mean?
like, that's when, like, the relationships, like, with the parents, like, it just...
Oh, yeah.
That's when, like, the real, you know,
Riffs.
riff starts to happen. It's like, okay.
You mean like in beginning of marriage, like
Right.
fresh?
Fresh, when you first get married. Like, so a month later, everything...
Hell on wheels.
Right. Just, like, can you do this for me? Like you used to when you were living there, right? So it's like when you were living there, they had you, you know...
Ripping and running.
Let me go to the grocery store for me real quick. Go pick up something else. Then it's like, when you married, can't call you to do that no more.
Right.
I gotta get...
I gotta rip and run for him.
I get run for my husband, my wife.
Right.
It's like, nah.
But then I want the people in the audience to know, like, no one is saying don't do these things.
Yeah.
No one is saying don't go visit your mom or your dad or whoever is taking care of you or whatever. I'm just saying there has to be a wall. Right. There has to be a boundary wall. And if that parent, guardian, or whoever isn't respecting said boundaries, it's an issue off jump. It's going to be drama.
Yep.
It's going to be drama.
Either your husband's not going to be satisfied, your wife's not going to be satisfied, or your parents just not going to be satisfied.
Right.
Which they shouldn't be. I ain't going to say they shouldn't be satisfied, but I'm just going to say, why would your parents be more satisfied than your spouse?
Right.
That's what
Because let's go back to the Bible. We only speaking from the Bible. What does the Bible say? It's your husband.
No. God.
It's God. Thank you.
God, your spouse.
Your wife. And your kids.
Yeah.
Then all the other people who, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
We're going to take it back to the G.O.D. book. Right. God's book.
Right.
Let's speak it from the truth. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. But that's not how it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not everyone's going to go by that order.
Right.
Not everyone's going to even care by that order.
Yeah.
It's called selfish. Self. So, satisfy me. I don't care about everyone else. And speaking, if any of y'all that's listening has this problem and you feel like you can't pick, there is no choice. Right. It's your spouse. You know what I'm saying? There is no, this is a hard decision to make. God strictly says your spouse comes before all.
Yep.
It's written. So if you want to Google, if you want to go to your Bible app, this is written plain in the Bible. Your spouse comes before everybody, and then it's your kids. That's straight like that. So there is no, I'm having a tough time trying to make this decision. You might, because it's going to be probably a difficult time in your life, especially dealing with drama and dealing with rifts and all that type of stuff. But that's just how it is. I don't know. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate
that, relationships with, your parents or, like, family members in general could get breached because they don't know how to respect your relationship, don't know how to respect those boundaries that you set. And then people always wonder why, I don't want to be around, or, family be driving you crazy, or family, can make you or break you.
Right.
And it's like, no wonder why.
Right.
You don't respect me. You don't respect my relationship.
Right.
You don't respect my house. All those type of things. So it's like,
how can I come around you?
Right, come around you, and then family has to understand, like,
right,
I'm not coming around. Why?
Right.
Is it you? Is it what you're doing? Is it what you're saying? Or is it what is it?
Right. And we forgot about the biggest part, because I feel like we mainly talked about how said person can be affected by their family, but we never talked about how the family can have an issue with your spouse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they can genuinely just not like the person that you married.
Right.
It's not always about the family, the son or daughter of that family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be the opposite. It could be your spouse is not liked by your family, which is already automatically a no-go.
Yeah.
It's automatically a no, negative. If the family, if your family doesn't like your spouse, that's automatically zero respect because you
Right.
should like who I'm marrying.
Whoever I bring
I'm
to
with.
this house and introduce you to,
Right.
no matter what they are.
Right. No
You know?
matter. Right.
It's like, okay, if you don't respect them, then you don't respect me. It's
Yeah.
just that's who I'm dating, and dating to marry.
Marry.
And it's like, if you don't respect them, how can you respect me?
Right.
If you don't like them,
How can you
like me?
But it's crazy that she said that because not a lot of people think like that.
Right.
A lot of people think. Go ahead, baby.
I know what you was gonna say. You just gonna say a lot of people gonna be like, "Oh, I can't date you. My family don't like you."
Right.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, a lot of people do say that, but I wasn't even gonna say that. I was gonna say, a lot of people think like, "Oh, I don't like who you're with," but that doesn't affect our relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Nah, it don't work like that.
It don't.
It don't.
Not over here.
No, it don't. Like,
But no, a lot of people have this philosophy of, okay, we cool.
right.
The person that you have relations with, if it's your son, your nephew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the person that they're with,
Right.
I don't like them.
Right.
No.
Nah.
Because if you don't like them, you don't like me.
Right. It's like to like.
But even what you said was good too.
Right. Like, and that's even like that happens mainly with like the parents.
Mm-hmm. The
that,
parents of the son or daughter.
Yeah, that happens mainly with like the parents. So it's like, okay, pops, okay, mom,
Mm-hmm.
I love you, but hey, I'm gonna love you from a distance.
Yeah.
I gotta stay away.
Yeah.
If you don't respect her or him, it's okay. I'll see you whenever I see you. I'll call you whenever I call you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk whenever we talk.
Right.
And it's just like, no. If you don't love me, if you don't love them,
Then you don't love
then
me.
you don't love me. You can't love me because you don't
You don't
respect
love
who
who I
I'm
love.
with. Right.
You can't love me and then not love who I love.
Right.
Because if you love me, you will love who I love
Whoever
regardless.
it is.
Regardless of who they look like, where they from, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and that could be another riff within your marriage. Because I promise y'all, it's family. It's difficult because you're then trying to start your own family, dealing with your old family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You trying to create your new branch on your tree, but the other tree tripping.
And yeah, we forgot. Then the other part is
What
we was talking about just now. The other part is, okay, my family don't like you, but I still like my family, but I'm gonna just control everything, and then that's when the spouse like, I don't want to go around your family. I don't like your family because they don't like me. So why would I want to be with your family?
Right.
Why would I want to be around your family? So
But then I can add something to that.
But,
Then the family can be like, you don't come around no more. Or da-da-da, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why would I?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The family can then say to said person, why don't you come around anymore? Even though that family doesn't like their spouse. How? How does that work?
Right.
Y'all tell me how that works. Because I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. I don't know how a family can feel like, you know what, that just all boils back down to controlling. I'm not even finna get in no big explanation. That all just simply boils back down to controlling. That simply boils back down to you gonna do what I say, when I say it, how I say it, all of that.
You go marry who I tell you to marry.
That's insane.
Like, nah. You gonna bring home who I tell you to bring home.
Right.
Like, nah.
You're right. I don't know. It's unfortunate. Like I said before, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's so, like I just said before, you trying to create your own family, dealing with your old family. Can y'all please understand this and hear me clearly? You do not get married and be attached to your old family. When you get married to your husband and or wife, you then create a new family. Can we stop having the philosophy?
A new branch.
Thank you. Can we stop having the philosophy of, oh, when I get married, I'm going to get a son.
Right.
for the parent or for the mother or for the father. I'm going to get a daughter or I'm going to get you don't get anything. Your child then therefore gets a husband or wife who then therefore branches off and creates a new family. Can we please get this through our minds?
Yeah.
I don't understand this. I just got a son-in-law. Right. Sure you did. Sure. Let's play the family tree.
Right.
But no, you really got, your daughter really got a husband. Your son really got a wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Babe, let's talk about holidays. Let's talk about holidays, because this has been on my mind. Let's talk about holidays. Let's talk about family tripping about holidays. What you think? Or families feel like it's an obligation for you to come over there for the holidays because you've been going there all your life and da-da-da-da.
I mean, I just feel like, like you said, you've been going there all your life, so it's like your parents, feel like you should come no matter what, because this is what we've been doing. But it's like, what about if you have kids for the first time? You want to spend the holiday with the kid and your husband or your wife, and just stay at home and do some, start your own little tradition, and just, like either with Thanksgiving or like Christmas, just like, you can start your own thing. What if y'all want to go to, like out to eat,
right?
Or if y'all want to go to the movies and just start a new tradition. You don't want to have to, you're not obligated to go to your parents' house because that's what y'all been doing
your whole life.
Like, no, I'm starting something new.
Right.
Yeah.
But that just goes back to, they still think you're attached to the old family.
The child.
If I'm attached to the new family, why would I do the same old things that I were doing?
Right.
I'm creating a new family with new traditions and new things, right?
Yeah.
So if we want to do something new on Christmas because I have a new family, that should be okay. If I have a new family and I want to do something new on Thanksgiving, that should be okay.
Yeah.
If we want to take a summer vacation every year because I have a new family, so I want to create a new tradition, why isn't that okay?
Right. Or if I want to spend
Why
Christmas
do I gotta call
road,
you to invite you and the old family to come?
Right.
No, this is a new family, a new branch, a new tradition that I want to do with my family, with my new family. I don't.
I mean, yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with, going over there or, but it's like, don't make it an obligation. Don't make me feel like it's an obligation that I have to come.
Or make me feel bad
that I'm not coming.
Right.
It's like, that's what it is again. A controlling person, somebody who's gonna, toxic at that.
Manipulate.
So why you can't come? You don't like me no more. You don't like the family no more.
You gonna miss me when I'm gone, huh?
Yeah, I hate when parents say that.
Huh? When did we get to death?
Right.
And this is all, everything that we're saying is how this can cause rifts within your your marriage.
Right.
All of these things. And okay, anyway, when do we get to death?
Right.
Why are we there? But what is that? Manipulation. To hurt me, make me feel bad. So then what do? I ended up coming over. I ended up going on that vacation. I ended up doing something that I shouldn't be doing.
Right.
But then what is that? What happens after that? It causes a rift within your marriage.
Yep.
What if your wife or husband says, nah, babe, I really want to go to my family's for Christmas.
Right.
Or I really want to just, let's just chill at the house, go to the movies, do a movie night or whatever. Just go on a vacation for Christmas.
Yeah.
But then that spouse of theirs says, gets on the phone with their parents and says, gets manipulated by their parents and says, nah, let's just go to my mama's house. Let's go to my daddy's house. Let's go to my grandma's house.
Right.
What?
And it's like, why you always got to do what your mama or daddy tell you to do?
Right. Then it's like, dang. And then your spouse mad
the whole time there.
They like, I ain't want to do this. I want to be at the movie.
I want to be in El Paso or
somewhere, whatever.
It's
right.
Like crazy, man. Crazy.
But then I also feel like that could breach a relationship with the spouse, with their spouse, and then family.
And the family, yeah.
Because then it's like,
you don't want to be here.
you don't want to be around them, essentially. And not in a negative way, like I just don't like y'all, but in a way of like my wife or my husband really is trying to satisfy or prioritizing y'all over me. It makes you feel less. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel less than them, or
like you feel like I'm just not important.
Right, not as important as them, or how, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what am I here for, essentially? Essentially.
And then it goes back to like what God says, you know, you're prioritizing your family,
right,
putting your spouse,
right.
You're putting your family before your spouse. Man.
Like all of this, y'all, can cause serious issues. Just check it early. Some of y'all just be real lost. But I mean, not even to that extent. To the extent of, a lot of the time, some families want that person to share business within their relationship. And then when they don't want to share that business, they get upset. That's another issue. Like, I got to tell you what's going on in my relationship.
Right. It's like they be wanting like information just to spread stuff, you know. It's like
misery likes company, baby. Misery likes company.
It's like you want to know everything what's going on. You know, did I eat today? Right. I don't know. Just
sometimes I don't even think it's in a positive way.
Yeah.
I think they looking for stuff.
Looking for something to,
like a snake, to make their life look better, or their relationship look better, and they want to find negative within your life to say, stay away from people like that.
Right. Snakes in the grass.
That can ruin your relationship too, because you have no boundary within your marriage, or you have or secrecy within your marriage to go out and share
your information.
Like you ain't gonna tell them how y'all had sex or when y'all had keep that same sentiments towards sexual conversations with regular conversation. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all eat today? Why?
Right.
We ate great. Why?
I mean, you can say all day, but you know.
But I'm just saying, like, not to that extent, but I'm saying, like, and what is our rule? What is our rule, babe? What is our rule? If we're arguing...
don't let nobody see you mad.
Yeah, don't let nobody see you mad.
Right.
And people like, what you mean?
Don't let nobody see that y'all beefing. Don't let nobody see, because then they go,
what's wrong with you? What happened? What y'all arguing about?
Why y'all
we
upset?
Great over here.
Right.
Fantastic. Fantastical.
Yep. Don't worry about what's going on over here.
Right. People will prey on that. They'll, what happened? Then you have an hour-long conversation with people you don't really want to talk about.
Right.
About what y'all was arguing about.
Yeah. And that creates another problem.
Right, because then it's like, why did you go tell them what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just problem after problem.
Problem after problem. So what I'll just say to the people out there looking for the resolutions behind all this really is, keep your marital business to yourself.
Keep your mouth closed.
Keep your mouth closed. And then 2, as far as in the boundary situation, like parents aren't respecting your relationship or your marriage or whatever.
Yeah.
Pick your spouse.
Yeah. Put your spouse
I'm
first.
not saying negate your family.
No, definitely not that.
But, I mean, if they aren't respecting you and they're not understanding the respect.
And all I would say is,
What you say?
Don't. I ain't gonna say, like you said, not negate your family. But what God says is it's God, your spouse, and your kids. And so what I would say is, when that, family member or, either it's your parents or whoever's in your family, if they're not respecting your relationship or respecting those boundaries you set up, I would say, just, exclude yourself from, like move around, like love from a distance, like, don't always, like when y'all spend time, like, don't always make it an obligation, or, don't feel like you need to go somewhere with, with that person.
Yeah. Or do something for them. Or
Right. Just, love from a distance, to call them every other day, every 2 or 3 days, check on them, like that. But, like, as far as in like, spending time together, why would you want to spend time with somebody that's, not respecting you?
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I mean, like, and I will say this, like, every situation for a person is different.
Yeah.
Every relationship, I keep saying relationship, every marriage is different.
Yeah.
So, like, whether your problems, this isn't a resolution for everybody. If this doesn't work, then, I mean, I would just say pray about it, honestly.
Right, yeah. That's always the first option.
Yeah, I would say pray because God is the answer to all.
Yeah.
But then, honestly, I feel like if your parent isn't respecting your relationship, and this is our philosophy,
Right.
if your parents aren't, or guardian, 'cause not everybody has moms and dads or whatever, right? Whoever is raising you, or whoever your family members are, or whatever, and they don't respect your relationship, then they simply don't respect you.
Right.
And I can't make somebody respect me.
Right. You can't.
I can't make you love me. I can't make you change the way you are. So if somebody doesn't like your spouse or love your spouse, they don't like you, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all we have for you guys today. Okay, so let's talk about episode 3 really quick, because episode 3, babe, I didn't tell you this. I want to talk about masculinity versus femininity, because that's a really big topic in today's society today. So stay tuned for episode 3.
Thank you guys for listening.
We'll see you guys in the next
episode.
episode.
Thank you.